Hey everybody, Carlos Perez, and I'm doing a video because I want to give some insight into what being a provider means to you. So there's a lot of reseller programs out there that you can sign up for. You can purchase wholesale credits and you can put people on the service. Now, if you get a stable reseller, then that's going to be great because you know that they're going to always manage their streams. They're going to be up, taken care of. You know that they're going to, handle the support issues and things that come up. So the reason that's important is because you will have people calling you to death, bugging you about every little thing. So the difference between what we're offering and what is out there is that this is for someone that wants to grow and own their own business. Now, this is not something where you're going out there and you're trying to get everyone on your service. They're canceling, they're quitting. This is a more intimate service because you're basically allowing people to share your library. So your movies, TV shows, content, streams that you have on there, they are watching that programming. Now they have their own account, so they're able to save stuff and do things like that, but it's a personal thing. So these, being a provider like this, is going to cost, like I said, $200 a month. Depending on your price point, you're going to make off of 100 clients anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000. And again, depending on your price point. So if you're charging $20 a month, you're going to make $2,000 minus your 200. It's an $1,800 month profit. Now, the reason I like to put everything in batches of 100 is because that's how your connections work. Your connections, your licenses, even basically, the ability of your server. So what we're doing is every time we get 100 customers, we just move over to a new server and we start putting people on that one as well. So our goal this year is to have 10 servers. That'll be 1,000 clients, at a $1,800 a month profit. So that's 18,000. And that's going to be a comfortable place for us to be. We can manage all 10 through one dashboard. So it allows us to grow in phases. And when you grow in phases, things actually get a lot cheaper. Like it wouldn't even be $1.20 for the streams anymore. It would just be a flat bulk rate. So there's advantages to it. So I don't want people to think that this is going to be the same. You're trying to get every reseller, trying to get everyone to do the work for you. This is, like I said, a real intimate service where you're going to have access to the TV. You're going to have access to, the movie libraries, all of that stuff will be there for you. So in having access to all that, it really becomes your service the way you want to have it. And in saying that, something else that's important is that along with the service, along with having access to the movies and TV shows, in this Christmas section right here, I love it, but you don't have to have it on yours. That's just something we do. Again, all of this is customized. If you wanted a section with blaxploitation films or just sports films, this is just how we have it set up, and this is how we set you up, because initially there's no content there at all. The thing I want you guys to remember is that with the channels, I'll click over to this Excel spreadsheet. With the channels, you get options from all of these countries. So Turkish movies, TV series, documentaries, cartoons, national, Germany, Belgium, Sweden, France. The ones that most people focus on is, the England, which is UK, USA, Latino American, the Caribbean, and that's a big market, Canada, and the adult. under the USA section, you'll see that there's over, how many is that? 219 channels. Now, I'm not going to add 219 channels to the network for people to watch, because I mean, that's foolish. You have certain TV shows you watch, you have certain movies you watch, and all of those are always going to be available in your library section. So in your library section, all of that stuff is going to be there already. So it wouldn't make sense. And that's your latest movies, latest TV shows, all that stuff is going to be there. So it wouldn't make sense at all, not to me or to most people, to actively have every single movie channel when all of those TV shows that you're watching on those channels are going to be over here. So again, there is a lot of channels, and we'll probably narrow it down to the most popular ones. We'll throw in some of the UK ones because the UK has a lot of sports, a lot of soccer. But the programming is basically the same, except for their BBC 1, 2, and 3 and their ITV stuff. Everything else is basically the same. The Latino channels, you see there's 343 of them. It wouldn't make sense. The TV Guide would go on forever. But we are going to get the most popular channels. Like, we'll probably mirror the US. So if we have Cartoon Network, in English, we'll have Cartoon Network in Spanish. And then there's a lot of Cine Canal 2, a lot of these channels that are channels that people want. So we'll be adding those in there. The adult, there's the whole lineup of the most popular ones. There's 40 of them. I would not put 40 adult channels inside of the service. I said it's just too many. The major ones people watch would probably be Brazzers, Penthouse, Playboy, Red Light, and Hustler and Evil Angel. You want to get the main content because, again, there's a lot. There's over 6,000 channels altogether if I was to drop everything in there. I mean, and that's a lot of channels, guys. Your people would be so confused logging in with all of those different options. Like I said, it's not worth it. But if you want to specialize in Canadian clientele, then just do the Canada channels and maybe the France channels. That way, there's the English Canadian channels, and then there's some in the French. If you want to focus on, the Caribbean, the Bahamas, places like that, I would do the Caribbean channels and UK, because there's a lot of people over in the Caribbean that like the UK channels better. If you're going to do Spanish, again, the Latino American, Spain, I find that because their Spanish is different, that a lot of people didn't really like that, but it's there. So you can add everything. I mean, there's hundreds of channels in each of these things. I'm only showing you the basic ones that we typically use. So with that, because it is customizable, if you want to have a TV service just for Canadians, focus on that. A TV service just for people in the UK, focus on that. Do not try to load up with all of these things. Do not give people options they never even had before, because it's going to be more of a headache for you than anything else. So, it's good to have, the complete library, and your clients are going to be able to request movies and TV shows. You're going to have a portal. They can go in and request a certain movie, and not brand new movies that just came out in the theater. People need to stop that. Yes, you can see, isn't it romantic on here? But that's because that's a Netflix release. So, if something came out in the theater, no, it's not going to be on there unless it was released overseas first, where it was sold as a DVD, and then somewhere out there, it was floating around. Other than that, the movies they will be able to suggest are just, someone wanted to see Car Wash from the 70s, or Stir Crazy, or whatever it is. it'll go out, find it for them, and they'll be able to see it. It'll be in their queue. So again, there's a whole lot of things that we can do. Ours is just broken up into the latest kids, Christmas, next up on TV, live, continue watching. But it does not have to be that. Again, if you want just latest movies and TV shows and you don't want any kids channels and you want the adult programming, you can do that. So you're not stuck having a service like everyone else, because again, this is a more personal service. You're building this and you have a client base that's paying you $20, $30, $40 a month, and you're catering to their needs, the content they want. This is not a general service where you're just hoping somebody somewhere gets it and they don't do a chargeback on you. So again, guys, this is very specific. You know, it's an intimate service that allows you to really build up your customer base without spending a lot of money every month on overhead. So if you have any questions on the update, the channels, how things get set up, give me a text or a call at 760-422-3052. Other than that, we have 8 spots left as of today. We're working with a new setup on Monday. So I'm encouraging you that if this is something you're interested in, to make time to reach out to me, because I'm anticipating by the end of this month all the spots gone that we're going to be working with until we do something else the following quarter. Thank you. I will talk to you guys soon.